So this is a little bit of a test. I was having some trouble with my live streaming, and one of the last ones I did had some audio troubles, and I'm not sure if I think I might have accidentally left my headset plugged in with the which was giving feedback. Dang it, I forgot to send myself the link. Okay, well, I'll just check the, dang it. So let me give you a quick run through on this. I've been working about 4 hours today on this, trying to get the second floor walls in. And by the way, if you haven't seen any of these videos in this series, this is a house in Texas that I'm helping design and draw up for a fella, a really nice couple out there. Where's my roof framing? Turn that off for a second. So I was working on these walls on the second floor, and also the roof framing, which is a bit of a monster because we've got this 45-degree turn in the house. It's kind of cool though, but it just makes the roof framing difficult. But here I thought I would just share right quick how this is done. Let me check make sure I'm still excuse me. There's different ways of doing these valleys. In this case, you're gonna be, they want the living area, I don't have the floor turned on, do I? I was looking at the grass in there, but if you went through this way, let's turn the slab on so we're not seeing grass inside the house. But I'm inside a group or something. Oh, I was looking through a window. Okay, let me get through the window. Then I'll look up. Here we go. Oops. Nothing wants to work. Anyway, the living area ceiling is vaulted. I'm trying to go through the window and show you. So this great room in here is going to be vaulted this way. Okay, and that ceiling has to be, vaulted all the way back. It can't just stop being vaulted in the same direction. So what that means is that you would build that first, and this is actually easy to do. I'm not going to say easier because it depends on what you're used to. But if you'll just make all these common rafters and frame this all the way back into here, like that, then you can come and take yourself lay a 2x12 down on the roof, right in the valley. See? And then you can cut these rafters coming this way to sit on top of that roof. And it's kind of a quick and dirty way. Sometimes people will even deck this part of the roof first and kind of stair step it down. I've seen that done before. Now this is getting a little interesting over here because we have these two gables coming out here. He wants a porch out here. I need to draw this grade on out. And then this roof is obviously gabled this way, so that leaves you with a little infill roof right here, so you'll have two valleys. And I'm getting ready to work on this one in just a minute. Actually, I'm working on this hip over here that's funky. But you do the same thing. You'll see if I can get this in the right view here so you can see. You'll lay a 2x12 coming down this way, And what you do is you put your common rafters up first, which your common rafters are the ones that are all the same length. That one, and I've got these set up as components, so if I have to change them, they'll all change. All these are common rafters. Okay, and then you would line up this 2x12 or whatever, a wide enough board so that this long cut here will sit on it. Then you'll pop your line where that lines up, so that when your decking runs across is lined up that way, and also up here. See, and just really what you're trying to do is get it all on the same plane. That's all you're trying to do. And then so you'll keep your rafters at 16 inches on center. And right now I'm just showing these sitting on top of these other ones. You could, let me turn the second floor. Oh, aren't you? Oh, I thought you were calling me a fat packy bat. I was going to say, aren't you cute? I'm looking at the comments. But there will be a beam. This beam right here will support these rafters coming down. See if I can get it in the right view. These rafters coming down this way will sit on, since there's no wall down there, and over here there is a wall, this exterior wall, but that roof line continues all the way through, see? And I designed it this way so this is simple. This house has more common rafters than you think. All these are common. All these are literally the same length. All these over here, all these except these shorter ones, all this run, all this run, all that, all the same length. Once you get a rafter pattern, this sort of dog leg here, all those are the same length. So and that's why I ran that beam across there. So let me turn the floor back on because it makes it easier to see some stuff. So what I'm working on now is this hip, this dog leg hip. It's kind of awkward here, and so I just sliced this rafter off to go against the hip rafter. Now this is not an exact, I mean it is an exact science, but it's not. And so what I do is I keep, I guess what I'm saying is that these will line up in real life. They're not lining up exactly now, but when I get done, I'm going to go up here and drop this a little bit, so it's pretty close. But you can see this one's getting closer. But let's see, what am I doing? What I need to do is adjust this one now. So what I'm going to do is, I made it a group so I can edit it. So I'm going to put myself a reference line, a construction line here, and one here. Is that working? Yeah. See the little dash lines. And then what I'll do is I'll edit it. I'll grab the end and I'll pull it back. Let me zoom in down here until that hits the side, and then I'll get myself in this view over here and I'll select this line right here. And see, it's funny, this sometimes, a lot of times things are quicker to do in real life than they are in well, especially for me in SketchUp. But then see, I just brought that back as if I had cut that compound angle, and now that one is that one's cut off. And then in a minute I'll cut the bottoms of these off, but right now I'm going to do this one more. I'm going to go up here so I can see my construction lines, see if they're, all I'm doing here is giving myself a little reference, a construction line, so that you can see in SketchUp, if you start on a path, you know, and you can hold shift. Well, I was on, yeah, I can hold shift and that will force it to keep that path. When I say path, I mean direction, not, where'd my hip rafter go? There it is. So now I have to get down here, and for now I'm going to leave it on that line. In a minute I'm going to adjust my hip so that everything lines up. I thought it was lining up, but it looks like it's off just a little bit. Now I'm just going to select this one side and move it back. But I'm going to turn around to see where my construction line intersects with the, right there, see? I'll get that little X when I'm intersecting. Then I just delete my construction lines and that's it. Have a neat little hip. And again, that hip rafter is keeping all this plane, this on the same plane, that's all it's doing. So it's at that angle, if this is 45 degrees, then this is 22 and a half off of the others. So this hip rafter is coming down in the middle, so that now what I'll do is I should have another 3 rafters coming this way. So what I'll do is wish I could see the comments. But I'll grab this one and copy it. Now I don't want it to be these are components. I don't want it to be one of these, so I'm gonna explode it and then just make it a group. Because if I edit this, all these will change if I leave it as that component. Now, let's see here. Let me just copy a couple more over. And then, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to adjust my hip rafter, which is fine. It's no big deal. I'm gonna adjust it up about 1/4, but all this scrolling is driving me nuts. I know it's probably driving you nuts too. I'm gonna move it up. I had it up to here. I don't know what happened. That's weird. And yeah, that'll put it pretty close. But see, I can fine tune it in a minute. I just want to get these. This is the pain part of doing these roof framing plans, because I can literally let's see, did I make this that's not a component, right? Yeah, I can literally cut these faster in real life than I can draw them. Let's see, I need my construction lines. Oop, I missed. I'm just going to grab that end. Oh, let's see, I want to pull this one back and get down here where I can see it. And this one's kind of opposite. It's on the other side. So, see, but that's kind of cool. It kind of shows you how you would cut a hip rafter. It would be a compound angle. I think it's about 33. I forgot what that angle is. Well, on this one, I'd have to check it. But now I can go to my next rafter. Make myself some construction lines. Oops, good Lord. Grab it. Uh-oh. Gotta keep an eye on that black screen. That is when I've been having troubles in the past. Right there. And this one, this side, up there. There we go. And I find that easier. I find it easier to drag those back instead of just trying to cut them off. So I don't know, you may find it easier the other way. What I'm trying to do with these videos, well, specifically this video, this series is for the owner because he lives in Texas. And I want him to kind of see how this is getting built, or how I'm proposing it to be built. And but in general, I do these SketchUp videos mainly to show people how things are built. I get criticism all the time about my SketchUp skills, which I don't really care about. I could care less about SketchUp, honestly. It's just a tool. It's just like my hammer, right? So isn't that cool? Now our hip. And funny thing is, in real life, you would get these close like that, but they wouldn't be perfect. Just like this, it's not a perfect thing. Now, a carpenter would come in here and cut this so it would fit better, you know. But it's not a perfect science. All you're trying to do is get it close enough so that the decking, all the stuff is on the same plane, and you can see that as I rotate that around, it does eventually get on the same plane with this way and this way. And when you put your decking on there, that will form the point of the hip. So now let me check my, yep. But I was working on this for like 4 hours, and I just realized I hadn't done any video. So I had done all this side, and I'm getting ready now to and this is going to be a little funky right here, because this plane of the roof, don't need that one, runs right into that point. Well, that looks like it's going to work out pretty good though, actually. Yeah, that's going to be fine. But you're going to have a little wookie-doo right here, where this is at a different pitch than this, but it'll be fine. It's should work out fine. As a matter of fact, what you would do in real life is you would make sure that this roof, I just got lucky, I think, because I kind of guessed at this pitch of this roof. If you were trying to line this up, that's what you would do. I would line this up so that it intersects with that, and I'll put that board in a second. I'll put those boards in a second. With that, it's going to change directions a little bit, which is okay. It's going to be fine. What I need to do now is I draw myself some like fake decking. This is one kind of neat trick you can do. It's just draw yourself as if you were roofing it. Where's that one? Wasn't paying attention. There we go. And you can, I'm going to make a group out of this so I can move it around without it. Forgot to hit my control key there. Now I'm going to make it 1.5 inches thick, and I'll show you why in a minute. 1.5. And then I'm just going to slide it over. Let's see. We'll slide it down first. I didn't mean down like that. I meant down the. Let's put it over. Oops. Let's grab the right thing, Tony. Let's put it right here for a second. Why's that not? There. And then we'll move this. We'll just run this out wild. Yeah, that's going to work. And just for the fun of it, I'll go ahead and run it up the roof a little bit. What I'm doing is simulating the thickness of where that came from. Oh, that's weird. So, oh, I know what happened. I got it off of the angles off, but it doesn't matter. The thickness is what matters. So now, when I run these rafters over, you go out of that group and get, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll copy 4 of these over. But first I'm going to explode it so that it's not my component rafter. And then just make it a group. And then I'm going to copy 3 more. Times 3. So see, now you can see, we can actually see where our valley's going to hit now. Not bad at all. Looks good. But you can see, to get this long board, I could. Why can I not? I need these 2 boards over here. So what I could do is grab, oh shoot, what did I do? I made that. I know what I can do. I can copy this whole, I made that a group. I can copy this whole thing and then delete the rafters off of it. I tried. It's got those marks on it. Do I want to do that? If I delete those are gonna mess up my. Yeah, it's gonna mess it up. Dang it. Oh, let's just draw one. Being lazy, aren't I? So that's kind of the point of this thing. What I do is I kind of get it where it'll work. Like I'll make sure it's going to touch or be big enough everywhere. Be big enough. And then I'll draw myself a line here. Let's see, where would it be? If I put that line here on that house line. Oops. If I just run that up to there, yeah, that's right. And I do the same thing over here. That's basically where those intersect, but if I draw a line, what I'm trying to get to a point is where I can draw a line from here to there, and then that extends out. I can hold my shift key and I can make that extend out like that. And not sure what happened to my line. I had it going from there to there, and then it extended out. Now I can just, let's see, I should have drawn that while I was in the edit this. Go from there to here. Where is that? And then where's it going to go from there? Must not have got it. Is it not laying? Oh, what in the world? I don't get why my lines, I said start right there, and there we go. What I'm trying to do is get it to where I can push, you my push pull tool to just get rid of that part. See, I'm going to push it down that 1.5 inches and it will. Now all I have to do is come over like 11.25, whatever a 2x12 is, 11.25, 11.25, and that didn't work. .25, there we go, and then come down here actually, for the fun of it, for the sake of this drawing for the contractor, I'm going to go ahead and show this coming up like that, and then like that. I'm just going to show a board wide enough to hit the heel of those rafters, because it's nice if you can use a, I know it would be expensive, but something like an LVL. frustration. There we go. Now I'll get rid of this part of it. There we go, and it's our, and this, but this board, let's see. You're gonna have to do some funkiness right here on those, but basically, yeah, that's gonna work out just fine. Let me get rid of my. Anyway, I didn't want this to be a long video. I just wanted to show you what I kind of go through to get, if you haven't seen some of these roof framing videos that I do. Now I'll have to go back and cut all these, see these rafters are kind of sticking through. I'll have to go back and cut all these off. But I'll do that next. Let's see if I'm still going. I just kind of wanted to give the owner an update as to where I was. And oh, I put this little girl in here, woman I should say. She's 5'7". She's, how tall is she? She's whatever tall, whatever. I think she was 5'6" the last time I measured. Average height of a person. I put her in there to show kind of how much room there's going to be in this dormer right here. So the choices are on this wall. Let me turn off my roof framing for a second. Roof framing. These are 5-foot walls because in the real estate business they count the area of the floor that, if you have sloped ceilings, you just kind of get in there and show you what happened to my, oh there it is. Now let me spin around here. Other way. I'm not sure why I'm having a hard time today with this. So the part that is where you have a 5-foot ceiling or better is what they count as far as square footage goes. Is that a line up there? So we typically would build these 5-foot knee walls. Hope did I just delete the roof framing? I did, didn't I? I should have done that. So that's the logic behind those walls. Now you can either frame this dormer here with a 5-foot wall on each side, or you can frame it with a full height wall, which would raise up this part 3 more feet. So very 6. So you just have to decide whether you want that dormer to be that tall or that tall. That's really all you're talking about. Now I kind of favor the shorter height, but this is one thing I got to do too, is go in here and fill in all these. There will be a valley a valley rafter right here somewhere, and one right here somewhere like that. And then you'll have your valley rafters cut in. on each side of that. But I kind of need to know where this is going before I go through all that, cutting in all those valley rafters. Let's see here. Okay, so anyway, that was just a quick update video. After I get this, all this straightened out back here, I'm gonna come in here, see, and these rafters are gonna be setting on top of this roof. So I'll do the same thing right here. I'll have a little short valley here, and we'll have to work out this valley going that way. So that is that, and once I get that done, I'll start to put the roofing material. I think I have some roofing material. Do I have? I deleted it, but because it was on the old pitch. I had a 12-12 pitch at one time. I changed it to 10 to save money. But anyway, I'll do another update when I get closer. Let me check to see if there's any questions. There's not. But thanks for watching.